Today's lesson is on volume, Unit 5, Day 8. Today we're going to talk about the volume formulas for three categories of three-dimensional shapes. The first category we'll talk about are for prisms and cylinders. So, when we're finding the volume of a prism or a cylinder, we're going to use our volume equation, area of the base times the height of your three-dimensional object. So the same way that we've been defining the base and the height in our surface area formulas, it will be the same B and the same H. For example, if we identify that rectangle as the base, then the height will be its perpendicular height here. Similarly, in our cylinder, if we have this top circle as our base, our height will be the perpendicular height here. Next, we'll look at the volume equation for pyramids and cones. So the volume equation is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So just like in our surface area equations and very similar to our volume for cylinders and prisms, we will identify the base and find the area of it. And then we will need to do the vertical height, right? So here you can already imagine there will be times when you're given the slant height, in which case you'll be expected to calculate the height using Pythagorean theorem. And here with your cone, same thing. You find the area of your base, and then it will be the vertical perpendicular height. And then lastly, if you're given a sphere with a known radius, the volume will be 4/3 pi r cubed. Our first teacher example is to find the volume of this figure. So first, we need to name this shape. And here, I can see that there's a triangle here, and there's a triangle here, which tells me first that it's a triangle, so it's going to be either a pyramid or a prism. And since I have two bases, I know it is a prism. So here I have a triangular prism. The volume equation for a triangular prism is the area of the base times the height of my three-dimensional object. So if I highlight that triangle as my base, then I know that my height is going to be 12. So base is going to be area of a triangle, and then my height is going to be 12 centimeters. The area of my triangle, here, I'm going to use the equation 1/2 base of my triangle times height of my triangle. So 1/2, the base of my triangle is 4, and the height of my triangle is 6. So 1/2 times 4 times 6 will be 12. So when I multiply, volume equals the area of my base is 12 times my height, which is also 12, I end up with 144. And then the units for volume is always going to be centimeters cubed. So surface area and regular area, all of our units were squared. For volume, since we're multiplying an area, which is something squared, times another dimension, height, we have squared times like a regular centimeter, so we end up with centimeters cubed. Try this student example on your own. Then make sure you do your reflection at the end, and I'll see you in class.